Good evening to the jury members and other members who are also there.
So Pratik, sorry for disturbing you, but your
Yeah,
video is not visible. Could you please turn
yeah,
on your video?
yeah, I'll definitely do that. One second. Am I visible now?
Yeah, yeah, you are.
Yeah, all right, perfect. All right. Sorry about that. So our presentation is basically for what Udham Singh Nagar Development Authority has done in parts relating to the e-governance application that we have built over the last 7 to 8 months during this COVID time and just prior to the COVID times. So we'll quickly go through what our application is. One second. Let me just screen share again. Yeah, can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So basically today we'll be going through these few agenda points for today's session. First will be just a slight overview of the District Development Authority, then a bit of an overview about the project, then the solution that we have implemented and few of the challenges that we faced, and eventually what benefits that we were able to provide to the administration part of the authority as well as the citizens to which the development authority is supposed to service. So Udham Singh Nagar is basically a district in the south of Uttarakhand. This district was the authority was established somewhere in early 2017, and Mr. Bansilal Tiwari is the vice chairman of the authority. Uh, it covers somewhere around 3,000 square kilometers of area in Udham Singh Nagar, and there are plenty of tehsils and villages that this development authority service in the state. Now, what as a development authority our core service proposition is and what the authority is supposed to do. One of the core objectives of the authority is to actually implement the master plan or the master plan for the development of the district. Acquisition of and implementation of various schemes that come through for the enforcement of these plans and adoption of measures that other government entities might like to enforce in the district. So one of the core services that we provide as per the authority is issuing building permits or map approvals for citizens to build either commercial properties, industrial properties, or be it their residential properties. We are also supposed to manage and approve these constructions as per the bylaws of the unified bylaws of the state, which are some are for the plain, some are for the hilly areas. So as per that, um, and we are also supposed to provide any grievances that the public might have for these kind of services. They can report to the development authority, and development authority can take quick action for that. We are also accountable and we provide information and transparency to the citizens and monitor overall infrastructure projects and schemes that come through the district. So our basic nomination for this, we've nominated ourselves for the e-governance category. Uh, it is for the IT technology in service of society and betterment of citizens of Udham Singh Nagar. The project was actually started somewhere in January 2020, so just prior to the COVID situation came in. Even during the COVID situation, so we project officially started somewhere in mid-January, but we were able to. But the planning for the project had begun much before that, and Mr. Tiwari was one of the champions of leading this implementation and the vision of this e-governance project. So some of the services that we have made live so far is our e-map approval system. the unauthorized construction management system, right to information, and public grievance redressal system. There also, as part of this project, we have other services that are currently under development. So one is for our HR and HR management and payroll system that is somewhere scheduled to come next year. Our finance and accounting, our purchase and inventory, legal case management, property line management, planning, and the dark management. Then across these basic services, there is an underlying platform that or the service that goes across. One is data migration and integration with other authorities or nodal agencies. Also having reports and MIS dashboards for monitoring and controlling these kind of services. And we also, one of the core part of it is dynamic workflow management. I'll go into more detail about what we mean by these. So this
You'll have
is
to
the
hurry up.
overall.
You'll have to hurry up because you have 12, 13 minutes for presentation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this is the overall project and how the whole system, our plan is to bring it into one umbrella. So earlier we used to have siloed systems, so bring all complete integrated IT services of Udham Singh Nagar as a development authority into one platform and application. So we'll briefly go through some of the innovative aspects of the project that we have been able to deliver. So once we had discussed, the authority had discussed with its few of its stakeholders as to how we can better deliver services to our citizens. Yes, there's a lot of IT enablement that has happened, a lot of services that have gone online in the district and in other parts of the country, but what is something unique that we can do? So few of the challenges that we had identified, based on which these were some of the key innovations that we wanted in the project. So one thing that was noticed was that there is a change in policy or a policy that needs to be implemented. There is minimum time for it to get implemented. And sometimes they are for very short durations. And in a typical IT implementation and an IT project, by the time a government order comes and you need to implement it, and by the time you see the impact of the implementation, the effect that it was supposed to have is usually way past that time. So that was one of the key aspects of the project that we had to look into, that any change in policy had to be implemented with minimal dependence on the development team. We also wanted to make our administrators and employees very task oriented. Usually we had noticed that a lot of work or governance administrative work has certain standard operating procedures, but because it is not very task oriented, file get pushed here and there and everywhere. So there's a lot of delay that happens due to this, and hence a degradation in the service that is provided. Now, another implementation and IT solutions that the authority had previously implemented were mostly siloed systems. They were single owned systems, one for this service, one from some other service, and there was no interoperability of the data and interoperability of the system. So that was something that was very key to this. So if an information comes through certain service, let's say for building permits or a map approval, has to correlate with if there's some unauthorized construction that happens. Then then immediate action was also, so there has to be some notification, something that comes through on immediacy, and of action is also just as important. Now, other things that we had to make it so it was contactless governance was one of the key visions. There is least dependency on the citizen to keep coming to the authority, and simplicity of the design, where it requires minimum training to the citizens or the users or the administrators. Now, this is a snapshot overview of the EASE app. So EASE app, the word ease is used in a particular way. It's actually electronic authority service enablement application. So ease is what the motive of the whole application was. So there's a web application for it, and as well as a smartphone or a application for the same. Now, since I said we had to also apply to the ease of applying new policies. So system was designed and developed with the development team was such that if there is a new process that needs to implement, needs to be immediately implemented, or some new user or something has to come, we do not have to go through standard waterfall implementation of IT projects. With a few clicks that even our administrators can do, we can provide access, change flows, edit any information that we need is just one click away. So even the development time from what an management from the authority needs to be done to what an IT development team does, that time had to be greatly reduced. So that is what we have been able to manage as of today. So with a few clicks, our IT guy can change a complete workflow, add people, or make it more optimized as and when we feel like. Now, also the application, one of the key features was that it had to be easy to use. Usually these kind of applications that are mass integrated across platform, across services, they become very complicated for day-to-day administration to happen. So everything that was needed to be done had to be only 1 or 2 clicks away. That was one of the key things that was told to the development team, that anything you need to do, an authority should not be having to click, or a user should not be having to click more than 2 to 3 buttons. Now, and also the information should be direct and immediate to him as soon as he opens the page. So like you can see in this screenshot, as soon as he enters or logs in, he knows what kind of tasks he has. So maybe in building permit, he has 17 tasks to complete. In unauthorized construction, he has 44 tasks. So he also knows what he needs to do today to achieve his targets for the day. And even when he opens any of these services, he can see if he's getting delayed in some action or he's on time on some action. So any particular task that he has been given, if it's red, that means he's getting delayed. So an immediate information is given to the administrator as well, that he needs to either hurry up on this process or he's getting delayed, and if delayed, how much delayed. Then, as I had said earlier, the single version of truth is something that is very important. So we have, the system is designed in such a way that, let's say in a building permit system, we have given a particular permit to a citizen. Then if there is a case that comes up, maybe through public grievance or through UCMS, the authority can easily with one click check what kind of permit we had given him, if there are any preceding cases against this guy, or any other grievance that has come. So everything is in one single window with just one click. So it does not have to go to different modules, different systems to check to see whether a person has got a permit, but maybe he has a pending case against him. So this kind of information is interrelated and already kept in the system. So the administrator or the user can take immediate action based on these kind of information. Now for the management, it is very important to even monitor. Now, one of the screenshots that you can see at the bottom, there is a note sheet that happens. So even on the note sheet, an information is given through green lines or through red lines. So someone who goes through a note sheet can easily see if this line is green, that means this task was completed on time.
Gentlemen, sorry for bothering you, but you have like 3 minutes left. Please conclude.
Yeah. So the dashboards are there where the authority like VC can take immediate action. He does not have to wait for a file or something to get delayed 30 days post and then understand it. He knows that this task has been delayed and I need to take to task my person whether he should hurry this up, or if there is an issue, how to resolve it. Now, even the ease of communication between the applicant and authority is also done through the system. So if any clarification is needed and an objection is raised, the communication is through the system. So it's raised by a junior engineer, it goes to a senior engineer, and then to the applicant. The whole thing is on one application itself and through one file itself. So if he wants to see what action he needs to do or what clarification has come on this particular file, all is through one simple interface. There's a quick case study also I wanted to discuss. I'll quickly go through this one also. One was for building permits, we had recognized the scrutiny engine has been deployed throughout the country. But what we recognized was that if we give this scrutiny engine, which usually stays with the authority, to the applicant, he himself can figure out what the issues is, and he provides the authority with a more complete application. And where he does not understand what mistakes he has done, the mistakes is told by the application itself before he even applies. So that has significantly reduced the turnaround time. Now, the kind of process and development and implementation process that we followed a methodology called proto-cycling methodology. Now, usually any development, it goes through its development cycle, it comes back, it's evaluated, takes a very long time and wastes a lot of time before it goes live. So what we had done was we had taken the requirements, made a quick design, built a prototype, got the evaluation, and we had made it live. Now, post go live, any information that is coming has been changed. Now, the challenges we faced, one was during the COVID times. Now, during COVID times, thankfully, we had actually implemented this just prior to COVID. So even during COVID times, we were able to pass or give more than 500 e-permits, which was something that was not possible before. Earlier, it used to take on an average more than 45 days. Now it has come down to less than a week. Yes, a lot of development has not happened because of COVID and a lot of construction couldn't happen. But still, the process and the application has been built in such a way that these things now move very fast through our system, which usually used to take time because of the application with the vision that the application which with it has been built. So I hope I was just within time there.
Thank you. You have used some platform for this. What kind of development has been done?
So we actually wanted to use a commercially off-the-shelf platform for this. So we did not want to go through a bespoke development because that takes a very long time and any change takes a very long time. So the company that we eventually selected through our, bidding process, they have actually provided us with a Tuba platform, which is actually Total Universal Business Automation platform. So this platform is almost 30 years old, and so this was the platform that we built. It is not bespoke development. It is using a platform that can be used to build application as and when what is needed. So the same platform is being used for RTI, for building permits, for public grievance, for human resource management, for all the services that I had mentioned earlier.
Okay.
So the platform is Tuba.
Fine. Now, for any good IT system to be implemented, a lot of training is required, not only of the employees but of the management as well. So,
absolutely.
How did you do that? I mean, what kind of training has been done for the employees and the management, and how much you said that we are empowering the applicant to do whatever they have to do on their own. And
absolutely.
Single click information for the management or some or number of reducing the number of steps. But this is again this has to be done in an environment where you have to follow the systems which are there already. So how did you manage that?
So the great benefit of the application itself was, or the platform was, we are not supposed to learn how the platform works, but the platform has to get built as per the requirements of the operating procedures that we have. So that was one. So that did not require, because usually if you buy a standard application, that is how you have to work as per how the application works. But in this case, it is not so. In this case, the application works the way we think we best administer prior on a paper-based system, but slightly more optimized on a paperless system. So that was one of the reasons that a lot of retraining need not have to happen on a standard operating procedure part of it. A lot of training, I wouldn't say a lot of training, because we had done IT implementations before, and training and retraining the users of the administration and citizens in particular becomes a very difficult process. Something changes in the application. So that is why it was mentioned earlier that it had to be very intuitive and easy to use. Something along the lines how mobile applications are built today. So if you have to use an application like WhatsApp, the WhatsApp does not come and teach you how to use the application, but it is so intuitive in itself that the user itself learns on its own. But yes, initial training had to be given, certain basics of the applications had to be taught. Now, in terms of RTI, public grievance, it is just one click. You provide us the information, rest of the data after you register, everything gets filled on its own. So that part of it was easy. Now, what needed training was maybe for the building permit, like what I said, the scrutiny engine part of it. Usually, this scrutiny engine part in most implementation across the country is kept with the authority. Now, this scrutiny engine now was given to the applicant itself. So these are usually qualified people that first get into the system through an approval process that we have built. So they are scrutinized through their paperwork, and once they are approved in the system is when they are given this training, and the application is when they can download it. So they are actually given, like for building permits itself, is an architect license that they are provided with by the system. So
Okay.
if they have that architect license is when they can use the system. But yes, training was given prior to COVID, and during COVID, a lot of trainings went online. But luckily, this application is that can be given online.
What I'm asking is, you have made 4 modules live right now.
Correct.
When were these modules made live? And yeah,
Sorry, please.
and did you have time to see the impact of these modules?
So our first module, which was one of our critical modules, one of the biggest service we do, is the building or the map approval part of it.
Mhm.
So this actually went live within a month. So we had started in somewhere in mid-January. By mid-Feb, early March, it had gone live. Because of the
सबमिशन मेरा मैं बताता हूँ सर को। नमस्कार, मैं बंशीधर तिवारी। ये जब से हमने इसको किया है तो हमने आर्किटेक्ट्स को भी ट्रेंड किया है और जो हमारे एम्प्लॉय उनको भी ट्रेंड किया है, और हमने अपनी अथॉरिटी में अब तक 700 अप्रोक्सीमेटली मैप सैंक्शन कर दिए हैं।
अच्छा, तो पहले मतलब पहले के मुकाबले या पहले के कंपैरिजन में ये बहुत ज्यादा है या मतलब मैं
बहुत ज्यादा है, बहुत ज्यादा है।
सर बहुत ही, हाँ सर, पहले जैसे ऑन एन एवरेज 45 दिन के ऊपर लगते थे, क्योंकि आप एक ड्राइंग अप्रूव करते थे, उसमें गलतियां निकलती थी, आप भेजते थे, वहां से रेस्पॉन्स वापस आता था. देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन इशू दैट यूज्ड टू हैपन, एंड दीज आर वेरी टेक्निकल इश्यूज आल्सो. लाइक इन अ बिल्डिंग परमिट, ऑल आर्किटेक्ट्स आर नॉट aware of all the bylaws themselves. There are very critical bylaws that that keep changing, are very specific, that architect may not be aware of. Now the system is aware of those criticalities. Now the system immediately tells the architect, this is where your drawing has gone wrong. So before you submit that drawing, correct it, and this is how you can correct it and how much deviation you have gone through. So let's say if you can only build 9-meter height for this particular building, you have gone 1 meter ahead. It will even directly point out, this is the correction you need to do. Instead of 10, you need to make it 9. And an immediate report is given, like something like this. An immediate report is given. See, maximum permissible is 3. You have provided 1, hence this will be accepted. This is the maximum ground coverage is allowed. You have provided this, hence is accepted. So before submitting itself, the applicant knows that at least on the bylaws and these things, my drawing that I am submitting is as per the bylaws and will be immediately accepted by the authority. So this reduces a lot of to and fro times that used to happen before.
दूसरा एरिया सर की, जैसे उत्तराखंड जैसे हिली स्टेट में जहाँ ट्रेवल करना बहुत कठिन काम है, आराम से कोई अपने घर बैठ करके और सबमिट कर सकता है इसको, और अप्रूवल उसको थ्रू ईमेल या उसके व्हाट्सएप पे कर देते हैं। अच्छा, और एसएमएस वगैरह भी? हाँ, एसएमएस भी जाता है।
सर नोटिफिकेशन आपके व्हाट्सएप एसएमएस दोनों में जाता है. एवरी स्टेप एंड प्रोसेस जो आपका क्रिटिकल कंप्लीट होता है, आपका पता लग जाता है, और आप खुद भी सिस्टम में ऑनलाइन जाके कंप्लीट अपना फ्लो देख सकते हैं कि मेरी फाइल अभी कहां पर है, किस टाइप ऑफ अथॉरिटी के पास है, अगर कोई दिक्कत है तो क्या दिक्कत है, और अगर वो टाइम पे हुआ था कि नहीं भी हुआ था.
तो हमारे सेक्रेटरी सर भी देखते हैं, सेक्रेटरी उत्तराखंड हाउसिंग, वो भी देखते हैं। ठीक है सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच। आपका, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि आपको अच्छी टीम मिल गई है जिसने आपका काम कर दिया है, और या आपने उन जो सिलेक्शन किया है जिन मॉड्यूल्स को पहले इम्प्लीमेंट करने का, जिससे आपका सबसे ज्यादा फायदा नजर आ रहा है। पूरे स्टेट के ऊपर लागू कर दिया, हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में कर दिया इसको। अच्छा, हाँ, बना रहे हैं आजकल। ठीक है, बढ़िया, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
थैंक यू।
Yeah, Shivam, can we go to the next one?
Yeah, sure, sir. 1 second. So now we can have Ms. Roshna Srivastava, Sahayak Ayukt Jila Udyog Kendra Unnao, for the project COVID-19 from District Administration Unnao. I request Ms. Roshna.
Could you kindly hear me?
जी जी, आपकी आवाज